Welcome to this new Triggre Weekend Masterclass, and in this masterclass we are going to make alterations to template Cashier's Cash. And Cashier's Cash is a application or a template where you can manage your POs, your budgets, etc. And the change that we're going to make is that, well, what typically happens with PO numbers is that, of course, obviously they get created throughout the year. But at the end of the year, when all budgets are determined, typically a lot of PO numbers of the current year will be created for the next year. And what happens then is that a lot of PO numbers are created and, you want to notify the manager that he needs to review those PO numbers to approve or reject them. However, if you're going to send an email for every PO number that's requested, he's going to get an awful lot of emails. So what we're going to do is we're going to create one email, and in that email we are going to state like, hey, you have open requests and you've got 2, 3, 8, 38 requests open for you to review. So one email that we send on Friday afternoon at 12, so you can do it just before the weekend. To notify him if there are open requests. Well, there's not an awful lot I can show you based on that in the application because, of course, the email is sent automatically. However, what I can do is, of course, create that notification mail or test that notification mail manually. That's always a good idea. And when you press this button, you get a test email, and I will show you right now. This is the email you will receive. So in this case, hey Eddie, there are 2 items to review. Go to, I always add the link so people don't have to search for the application itself so that they can go there instantly. So what did I do in the designer to create this? Well, I made some changes in the data model. Besides that, I created 2 automation flows, and I'm going to explain to you why I did that. And of course, I created a flow part to send the email itself. In the data model, the only thing I changed is the user, where I added a property with send notification on. And I will explain you why I've created that, because I've also created 2 automation flows, and one is check users for notifications, and the other one is send notification with open requests. So the structure that I've created here is that on a weekly basis, every Friday at noon, we check all the users to send a notification. What we do is we change the property send notification on to the current date time. Because of that change, we trigger the data trigger send notification with open requests. So every time a user is edited, send notification on is edited, then we actually send out the notifications. So in short, the scheduled trigger is to mark all the users we want to send notifications for, and the data trigger is to actually send the notifications. So how does that work with the flow parts? Like I said, we have check users for notifications. In this case, I just look up all the users and change the send notification for all those users. So technically, currently, the application checks every user in the system if that person needs a notification. After that, the other automation flow gets triggered, and in the other automation flow, we execute flow part send combination notification mail. So what we do is for every user that we have, we're going to check all the requests for the department of that user, which are currently not reviewed yet. We are going to count those requests, and only when the number of requests is larger than 0, we send out an email. And if it's 0, we don't do anything. If we don't make this decision, which I didn't have in the application when I first created this piece of logic, every user will receive an email also with you have 0 open requests. That doesn't make sense. You only want to inform the people who have open requests. So in this case, only people with 1 or more requests get an email. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to apply these changes to your own applications. And if you want to have more ideas, come back next week. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.